it felt like to be like kind of unstuck.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, give me a little more than that. Like, give me some ideas of like, I mean, because it feels, I mean, I know in my life, whenever I know what I need to do, but I'm not doing it. And then all of a sudden I just get to that like breaking point. You know what I mean? That point where I'm just no longer going to tolerate this for myself anymore. It almost feels like free. Like I just feel like a weight, in a metaphorical weight's been lifted from my shoulders. How are you feeling about that?
I'm really good. I've really have been focusing my circle a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And I've been taking in the people that are wanting the same thing as me and surrounding myself with those people, I guess I should say.
Yeah. You know what? That's so important. Yeah.
It makes it easier for me to keep going straight when I don't have as many distractions. Don't get me wrong. There's been tons of adversities that I've had to deal with. But having those people in my circle has been, I think, the biggest thing.
Let's talk about that adversity, because my philosophy is adversity, there's usually an opportunity in it. How have you handled the adversity now opposed to how you would have handled it maybe like 3, even 6 months ago?
A lot better. I don't want to go into too much detail.
No, I mean, no need to go into detail, but I'm talking from like a mental perspective, like how have, because I think adversity has an effect on us, right? And it can be an effect that paralyzes us and causes us to almost like regress, or it can be an effect where it focuses us and causes us to say, no more, I'm going to move forward past this. So how are you handling it?
Well, I'm handling it by, instead of eating, like an emotional eater. Yeah. That's what I used to do. I'm now choosing a different activity, like going for runs.
Okay.
And moving.
Yeah, so you've actually just changed
I changed a habit.
Yeah, you've changed the thing that you were moving to, right? Like, yeah, we all have that default setting. So if you just change your default setting to something that was harmful to now something that's helpful, and so you're actually using the adversity to get closer to the thing that you actually want, which is your end goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And how does the end result of that feel? Because like, let's use both examples. Like, before you would have turned to food, eaten more, done those things. Mm-hmm. Now you're turning to a run. Like, what's the differentiation to those feelings?
After the run, I feel unreal. First of all, that endorphin rush and the feeling of exhaustion, but also just clearing my head has been helping.
It actually minimizes the adversity too, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, maybe not the actual event itself, but it minimizes the impact that the adversity actually has on us from like an emotional and a mental perspective. And so that is unbelievable. You're actually using your resources and your abilities to actually overcome the adversity instead of making the adversity worse. And the results are 18 pounds of weight loss, inches coming off, a bigger smile on your face, which I'm sure isn't just because of this podcast. I think that's happening more and more. You posted that like 3 series photo the other day about the fishing trips. Yeah. First of all, I didn't even know who the first lady was. I'm like, why are you posting pictures of this person? Like, that is not appropriate. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's you.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.